Hello, and welcome to another episode of Turning Sparkly Cardboard Sideways. My name's Jimmy, Bancroft is behind the camera, and right here will be my personal phone number, 859-279-2405. If you have any questions, concerns, critiques on any deck profile or battles we post, please feel free to send me a message, or if you just want to say hi or share some of your deck tech, deck list ideas, please send me a message, and I'll try to reply as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Hey everyone, Fluff here. Today I've got Bancroft and Jimmy with me. They sit down to do a friendly duel. Bancroft's with his Gotenks from set 11, and Jimmy is running his favorite deck, Baby. So I'm going to step out of the way and let you two take it over.
Snake Eyes. I rolled Snake Eyes for that.
Which was fantastic for me because Baby loves the energy lead.
Yeah, I bet it does. So I've loved Gotenks practically since I want to say set 5 is when I first got a chance to mess with blue Gotenks back in the day. And then I made that Bro Tanks, and then we got some green Gotenks. And I'm like, you know what, I'm making this deck. And then it blew up.
So you're saying you're the original founder of Gotenks?
I think I would consider myself that. Unfortunately, I did not play it that first weekend. I chose to go Garlic Jr. just because I wanted to play Garlic Jr. since the beginning. Yeah, and we had an opportunity to do it.
We pulled everything for the Garlic Jr. stuff too.
Real quick. So when I pulled up like the whole stack of cards, that top one flipped over. I'm like, fuck it, I put it back over. And apparently I happened to draw all but one card. So yes, I know what that energy is. It's unfortunate. I asked Jimmy because I went all 6 in. Do you want me to shuffle my deck back in? And you're like, this is a fun deck. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. So just want to point out, we are aware of that occurred.
Nah, you were just cheating.
Well, I always got to cheat against you.
I mean, I know. You know, I'm just the best player. Because who else has Hell's Angels and Coolio tokens?
Well,
just wait till next Baby Duel when I drop the To Kill a Mockingbird token on you.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Do you really have To Kill a Mockingbird token?
Yeah.
That is so dope.
All right.
It's literally just a picture of the book. That's it.
Oh, I was hoping it was like Atticus Finch. Like, no.
So, turn 1, you didn't use Plant Truffle, but and then on my turn, I swung towards your lead. You took it, and then on turn 2, you just used it then. So,
yeah. So we had played one game before this, and I was somewhat digging for a very specific card just to slow your deck down. And it might have actually been in this game. I think it was in the first game we played, where I desperate measured your Goku.
It was the first game. It was the oh my gosh. So I got Goku on turn 2 in our first game, and I play it. You're like, nope. And I'm like, I play it again.
Yeah, well, I mean, that stopped you from getting your pieces into your hand, which slowed you down a turn, definitely. Which is all I could really think to do in this matchup was I needed to slow you down, and I needed to make it very difficult for you to board a Gotenks.
So, real quick, I just want to point out, this is why I like Gotenks. You know, I love Garlic Jr., don't get me wrong, but this is why I like Gotenks more than Garlic Jr., because I can awaken on turn 2, where in Garlic Jr., it's turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so much harder to hang on to your life by turn 3.
And you know, the resolution of the big unison effect on that Vegeta is so impressive. Like, you know, it just takes all the surprise away out of dealing damage to your opponent's life because you just know what to expect.
So here I play the Ghost tokens. Use Amasa, which is great. You know, it gets a card tapped. And the reason I'm just going to go into you because you're going to take that life anyways next turn with Plant Truffle. So I'm like, I'm going to get you down to 4. That way, if you do it, you're at 3 life.
Yeah. Which at that point, I probably wouldn't even bother. I didn't even bother using Tuffle. Another reason I burned the super combo is just because I didn't want to have to burn more cards from my hand. It was easier just to, say, I'm not taking that.
Also, was that part of your initial build, or was this part of version 2?
That is part of version 2.0.
Okay.
which after playing this tonight, I will have version 3.0 by next week.
Nice.
Yeah. Just from these couple of games, I realized some glaring issues with the deck that I really overlooked when looking into this meta, because I was building this more so for the like Broly Gogeta type matchup, and I had only played against one Gotenks player before this, and no shade towards them, but they did not play the deck anywhere near the way you played it. So
That's a good
I
thing.
was that?
I don't think that is a good thing. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I beat him. Spoiler alert! I lost. I'm just gonna make it a trend of spoiling the match every
Jimmy,
time I'm a part of it.
You are the worst. You're like the guy that was like, Snape dies, like, and just ruins it for everyone.
All right, so
the worst.
Beautiful card you played there, sir.
Yeah, I love that card.
Actually, this was the hand. Okay, no shit. This is my starting hand. I remember what it was. I had 2 Ruby Ants, 2 Kamehameha Origins, a super combo, the Sun Gohan, and then I drew into the Medical Lord. That was literally my turn 1 hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that because I was like, I'm gonna have a rough game here. I remember that now because we talked about it afterwards. I don't know if we got on camera or not. Me like going through my deck and showing you it, but
yeah.
Getting Goku was so nice because I was able to get my U Infusion target. I KO'd your card. And I think I do swing one time at you because like I said, I have the Kamehameha Origins. I had the Ruby Ant in my hand, and you can see here I just drew 4 cards practically. Nope, 3 cards.
Yeah. That was one of the biggest issues with the Gotenks matchup. Was every time that I would put a counter on field that I could attack with, you would just KO it in response. Which is what Gotenks does, but that really hurt because I relied on that, like, just little strikes, in the early games to put you in a position where Obuni could, resolve the game.
Actually, I think I misplayed there too. I think I drew into on the draw 2. I think one of those draw 2 cards actually was a surprise attack Frieza, and I forgot to play it. I think I showed Fluff like during your turn. I was like, I should have played this card. Completely forgot.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been nice to play for sure.
So I think I went ahead and pass turn here. I'm tap out. Yeah, so I boost my Unison and I tap out. And getting my Unison 6 energy, and I feel good about myself where I'm at. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I think you do go into my Unison during this turn a little bit just so you know I can't rip your life and cards from your hand.
Yeah, honestly, it's not so much the cards coming out of the hand. It was more so the you just being able to look at my life is a big issue because you know what to expect once you're attacking me. And I cannot tell you how many times I've been playing this game and I rip a card off of my life from attack that just says, oh, wow, I can actually survive this turn. And you get to just go, oh, no, put Vegeta ready to rumble in your drop area. You're not getting that from your life.
I just realized, because I don't get a chance to play on Untap a lot, how does that work on Untap? Because if you can't reveal the life without you and your opponent both knowing it. Because you shouldn't know your life. Like, I look at your life, not you, in that case.
I think you can reveal to opponent.
Okay.
Yeah. I could be mistaken. I've never had to deal with that.
I'm pretty sure there's a reveal to opponent.
Yeah.
So I charged Defy Drop here because you don't have any Unisons. It's not a real big reason to play this card, unfortunately. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Swing into lead, and you play that freaking card.
I'm in love with it. At this point, I think you just went into the mode of I'm just gonna add cards to my hand. Like, I'm just gonna set up my field. I'm not even gonna worry about your ready to rumble.
Actually, I played that this turn, I think, too. And it was during this turn where I'm like, man, I have like 18, 20 cards left in my deck already.
I joked that my goal at that point was to deck you out.
If I continue doing unisons, you could have made that happen. That's potentially 4 cards, 2 cards from Gotenks, 1 card from the unison. Actually, I think I failed to search on the trunks. I think there was one in my hand in that 7 cards. I was like, nah, no, I just shuffled it back up because I didn't want to continue losing it. Oh, I had to pay 1 energy for that. Forgot about that. So yeah, this is where it's coming up. You'll see. I got ahead of myself. But against Baby, I realized that there's a good chance that I could draw out if I'm not careful enough.
Yeah. I guess in a case like that, if you were getting really low, you could just try to play through a Ready to Rumble.
Yeah.
You could have got 4 attacks there, had 4 life. If you could really make those attacks count, like, you could probably make it through.
I think it was it might have been the first duel we played where you Ready to Rumble and I still swung I think 3 more times against you. I think.
Yeah, you did. Because
I was like, the energy's already tapped, and if my next turn I'll be at 4 energy, and I'm okay with being at 4 with this deck. Because I think it was my turn 6, and I just swung at you 3 additional times. Yeah, here it is. Look at my hand. I'm like, no, nothing's there. No. And that's why I'm thinking of changing the super combos to the Android 18 Blitz once, because the deck draws enough. So
I would suggest the Dr. Giro, because it can set up your drop area for Roshi or Ribrianne.
True.
Plus, you could probably do some arrival shenanigans.
I think that's part of what makes Gotenks so impressive, is that it can play any of those. The Gotenks line itself is such a small percentage of the deck, but that small percentage does such a large amount of the weightlifting that it can just do anything else. It draws like mad, it feels control, it swarms, it sets up, it hinders your opponent, and then
And I forgot this. I purposely chose the 3-drop Gotenks because I did not want to tap out. Because I knew I think I had Dormant Potential in my hand, which you all will see in a second, and a Boo Boo Volleyball in my hand.
Yeah, I was holding on to a Great Ape for when Dormant Potential come out.
Yeah.
I was hoping that I could get you to spend the energy on like a Boo Boo Volleyball attack, and then I could ape it.
I don't know if
you would have to eat whatever attack.
Because I thought maybe I don't. Maybe I didn't. I didn't have it. Okay, I did not have Dormant Potential.
I was more worried about Dormant Potential.
Yeah.
If I could have put an Abuni out on field the turn before, I probably would have spent the ape and went for game on this turn.
Yeah. So Bancroft, talk a little bit. Like, a lot of people are not up on Boo Boo Volleyball. Like, most people are playing it at like a 1, I think max being like a 2 of. Care to explain why you like it so much?
Play Boo Boo Volleyball and Dormant Potential at 3/3. In my sideboard, I do have another Dormant Potential, so I can go a 4/2 in case I need to. But I like Boo Boo Volleyball because for 1 energy, you negate the attack, then you choose 1 card in your hand and you discard it. Then you draw both a Goten and a Trunks of 15,000 power back to your hand. And the typical targets I would discard is a Trunks or a Goten. And then I'll just turn around and then pull that same card back to my hand with another one in my hand. So it replaces itself practically. And it sets me up for more fusion targets.
Yep.
So you minus 7 on Vegito.
Yeah, and I get rid of your stupid Rumble to Ready or Ready to Rumble.
Rumble to Ready.
God, I love and hate that negate. I will never get a chance to play because I don't play blue right now. But man,
that card is rough. That is I honestly think it's one of the best cards in the set.
I would totally agree with that, especially the fact the way it's ruled right now.
Yeah,
because there was a miscommunication with the Band-Aid's rolling response. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Where they're like, no, it's just one time, and then afterwards, like, oh no, it's like Topo. And it's like, why didn't you? Okay.
So again, Gotenks just keeping my board at a manageable rate. Blue does not have a lot of options of blowing up a field like yours.
Yeah.
So you're able to just pretty much haphazardly spend energy just to KO one card, but that hurts so bad, especially when it's a blocker. And I really didn't want to swing with Vegeta last turn because, again, he's a blocker. I wanted to have that on field. I think that's what makes Gotenks so great, is because it has so many low energy options that just peg and nag your opponent.
I boost up Unison, like, oh wait, I can't do that because I did the -7.
Yeah. Diabolical Parasite, I love the card, but it was just not great in this matchup. There was not anything that I could hit that was really going to hurt you, because all of your 4-drops are pretty much played for free, right? Your surprise attacks. Is there any other 4-drop?
No. The only other the cards I typically play will be Goku, the blocker Gohan, and then the 3-drop Gotenks are the only cards that are under 4 energy that I'm willing to play, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
So here I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I was like, oh wait, it won't hit all of them. Hang on.
I thought you continued to play it and you just KO'd 1 token. I guess not.
No.
And unfortunately, didn't get the Abuni on tap.
No, it's fortunate.
Yeah. Excuse me.
You heard me.
So I said waving Obama.
I think this is where I dormant potential.
Might have.
No, just combo. Straight up. Did I not get a dormant potential this game?
I think it was like next turn you drew into one, or off of one of your super combos.
So I think I've said this before in one of mine and your earlier duels. The way I play Gotenks, and like I said, I don't watch other people's video like duels, or I don't know what other people do, but I go on a 4 life and I'm okay with it because there are so much defensive properties to green, or defensive cards to green, that I'm okay with this. And this deck draws enough for me to be able to pretty much combo out of almost anything.
Yeah.
So, Grant, that
was a little slow down on that last token swing because I swung and said 20,000.
Yeah, it threw me off. I was like, and so, and I pull your hat jack, and
that was it. Like, I had 0 options after that point.
Yeah, because you had 4 cards in your hand, if correct, and then on my next turn, I would have just paid 4 energy to wipe all 4 cards from your hand. I would have swung, and I just showed you I had another Earth Destroying Kamehameha. So even if it was a negate or a card you hung on to, I would just got rid of it as well. Like, and also that field is just so nasty.
Yeah. So what my plan was, I had 5 cards in hand, 1 being Baby Hatchak. I knew you had 2 Ribriands. I knew you were smart enough to use both Ribriands to make me drop 4 cards. That would have left me with 1 in hand.
Yeah.
I was going to swing with my leader into your Unison, draw a card off of that, so that I would because you wouldn't be able to EDK on that. Sure. Make me drop a card. So true, yeah. You would have maybe dropped my hand. I would drop everything except for Baby Hatch and 1 other card. Baby Hatch, drop the blue card. Turn was over. Pass. You might have had a dormant potential. If you didn't, you were still going to have to eat all Abuni, all Baby Hatch, my leader swing, and whatever else I played. And if you did negate, hopefully I drew into an ape.
Yeah, that would have definitely.
Yeah, but you just picked so perfectly to get Baby Hatch out of my hand.
I'm going with the idea is that you don't think about it. You trust your instincts and you just go grab the card and boom. And a lot of times lately, it's been a pretty good pull I've done. So,
I know that the deck didn't perform the way that you want to, but Jimmy, I think like it withstood fairly well. I mean, you maintained it like a constant. What was that? 3 life.
Yeah.
Despite all of Bancroft's massive field, and I think that Bancroft's piloting of Gotenks in this particular situation really shows why Gotenks is, in my opinion, the deck to beat this format. Like, it's kind of the measuring stick. Every format, there seems to be like one measuring stick. Can't beat this deck, you shouldn't be playing that particular whatever you were trying to play this format.
Yeah.
Real quick, for sideboard purposes, for best 2 out of 3, would you put Xenos in your sideboard for Gotenks? For board wipes?
In Baby 3.0, I actually do have an option for board wipes. I don't run Xeno because I decided that I would run the Super Saiyan 4 Unison. Because the only time I would ever want to tap to play Xeno is if I tap 5 on him, then immediately -5.
Yep.
So I figured tapping 5 energy, playing the Unison, it has the auto that is great, and then being able to wipe the board for a -2 and then still have a big body on field, I feel is a much better option than putting Xeno out. Xeno is probably a more energy efficient option because I can put it out early and just keep plussing. But in decks like Gotenks or Swap Broly that can hurt my markers, I'd rather just be able to tap it all and activate it in one go.
Fair enough.
Well,
close us out.
Yeah, I think we're about there. Jimmy, or everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see anything, let us know in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to give us a like. Hit that notification bell so when we post other content, you get to know it, you get to see it as fast as possible. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. It actually really helps us out if you do that. Jimmy, any closing statements?
Yeah, I find it really upsetting that Coolio was casted in the original Daredevil movie, but his entire scene, every bit of it was cut from the movie. Like, he's not even credited.
No,
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until recently. I thought it was crazy, but yeah, if it burns when you pee, it's probably the clap.
Bancroft, any closing statements?
Back this time.
No. Well, as always, guys, make sure you reach cards, know your plays, fluff out.